Changing your charity structure. The Commission's website explains how to change your charity structure. Your charity's legal structure sets out what type your charity is. There are 4 common types of charity structure: CIO, charitable company, unincorporated association, or a trust. Your charity's legal structure determines who will run it and whether it will have a wider membership, whether it can enter into contracts or employ staff in its own name, whether its trustees are personally liable for what it does. You might want to change your charity structure because your existing structure doesn't allow you to do something. Changing to a different charitable structure usually involves setting up a new charity, transferring your original charity's assets and liabilities to it, and then closing your original charity. This can be complex. The trustees must decide that it's in your charity's interests to change to a different type of charity. You may need to take independent legal advice. Plan ahead if you have a critical deadline so that you have enough time to prepare. Submit your application well in advance if you need to register your charity by a particular date. Make sure you plan your change of charity structure. Check our guidance in changing your charity structure for what you need to do and what you need to tell us in your application to register the new charity. Use the checklist provided to work through the steps. You will need to decide how any assets will transfer. Read Charity Types, How to Choose a Structure, CC 22A, for information on the advantages and disadvantages of the different types of charity structure. Discuss your charity's purposes, the objects clause in its governing document, and update them if necessary. Make sure your existing charity is up to date with its administration and filing. Take professional advice if you need it, or consult your umbrella body if you have one. Applying to register the new charity. Before you start, make sure you've read the Commission's guidance on how to register your charity in CC 21B. View our screencast on Making an Application to Register a Charity. Applications are all made online, and the application form is available from our website. Read the application questions, including the guidance notes, carefully and answer them fully. Even if the new charity will have the same purposes and operate in the same way as the charity which it is replacing, you need to explain fully in your application how the new charity meets the requirements for charity registration. Make sure that you tell us that the new charity is replacing an existing one. Complete the relevant section in the application form. Put down your original charity's number. We will check that reporting for the existing charity is up to date and will not proceed with the application to register the new charity if it is not. Explain any changes to your charity's purposes and tell us your reasons for making them. There's a section for this in the form. Tell us about any assets that will transfer and how. Tell us which assets will transfer, the powers you have to do this, and any approvals you've had to get. This is particularly important for permanent endowment, an asset with conditions on how it can be used. After your new charity is registered, transfer any assets and liabilities as planned. Close the original charity in line with the rules set out in its governing document. Remove the charity from the Register of Charities. Use our guidance on Remove a Charity from the Charities Register on the gov.uk website.